takes my mug and slowly walks to the counter to make another brew. I'm just expecting Hanako to show up like she did in class. Just boom. Hanako looks at me for a second, turns away. As usual, she's absolutely silent as she does this. Every ounce of her concentration is focused on not tripping over or dropping the whole plain white mug. I take the opportunity to lay back and relax for a bit, the hum of the coffee machine filling the otherwise quiet air. It's small details like that which make me realize how much I've come to appreciate the little things in life. The peace and quiet of the local town, the discipline and order of Yamaku, the green of the trees that were so rare in my home city, the relaxed pace at which the aging residents live their lives. Everything feels so certain. It's comforting. I can feel myself beginning to nod off when the sound of the mug coming to rest on the table grabs my attention. Seems like it arrived not a moment too soon. Yuko takes her previous seat once again as I pick myself up and bring a hand around the mug to check its temperature. It's just a little too hot to drink right away, so I blow on it a little. It's a shame you don't like history all that much. I sort of guessed you might be more into science. How so? Hisao. You've nearly read out the science fiction section of the library already. It wasn't hard to notice. You do have a good point there. Well, what can I say? You've pegged me just about right. You sound like you really take an interest in history, though, especially considering how specific you were about it. Do you study in that area or something? Go on digs overseas? What? Digs? She giggles nervously at the thought. I'd like to visit the Mediterranean sometime and see old architecture and art for myself, but I don't think I could trust myself to handle such delicate things. I'm saving up to formally study it in a university, although I also read up on it whenever I have the free time outside of work. So Miki was right about her university aspirations. Considering how she fares as a waitress, a more theoretical path may suit Yuko better. It's nice to hear that she has some ambitions though, considering how hard she works. I nod and take a careful sip of my coffee. By now it's cooled to the right temperature, so I begin to drink while keeping an eye on the book below, trying to read at the same time. A few minutes pass quietly, Yuko looking out the window and watching the world go by when I have my coffee and study. A movement catches my eye and I look up to see Yuko smiling and waving to someone outside. Following her gaze surprisingly reveals someone to be Hanako. Yes! Hanako. She is looking at us from the side of the street across from where we are. Her usually all too visible timidity is largely absent, probably thanks to there being so few people around right now. Evidently she decides to join us, and after a little wave she gives a quick glance up and down the street and crosses towards the side that the cafe is on. Hanako! Ah, my leg is cramping. The familiar doorbell to the Shanghai rings out as Hanako enters and makes her way to the table we're sitting at. Hello? Good afternoon. Oh, that wasn't me. Oh. Hi, Hanako. What's up? Nothing. Just going for a walk, since the weather was nice. Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm glad I decided to study here instead of the library. Is that kind of... Nah, I don't know. I don't think so. It's comfortable in here thanks to that, better than the sometimes quite stuffy library. I look to Yuko, who nods in response. It's nice. It's just a shame that summer can't last forever. Oh wait, sorry. Would you like a drink? Hanako shakes her head. Thankfully, it's enough to calm Yuko back down. How are you doing with the studying? Okay-ish. Oh yeah. Have you talked with Lily? I'm interested too. How is she doing? She's enjoying it, I think. I think that's all we're gonna get out of her. Being around Yuko is tensing her up. It would be so nice to travel to Scotland. Green fields, castles, lovely small towns, men in kilts, interesting history. Nice throwing that in there, I guess. Yeah, I can't see the appeal of men in kilts myself. It does seem like a picturesque place, though. As we talk, the jingle of the doorbell rings again. Hanako is startled, noticing Yuko's panicked expression at the prospect that she might leave customers to wait a handful of seconds due to her chatter with us. Yuko gives us a quick bow, then hastily skitters over and greets the new customers, an elderly man and his wife. I watch her for a bit, craning my head around to get a good view. Hanako is staring at me with her one visible eye. She averts her head in embarrassment as I turn to make eye contact. I was just thinking that it's nice to have ambitions for the future. Future. Yuko was telling me a little about her university aspirations before. Oh. It's a shame. If she wasn't so neurotic and overworked, I think she could be a really happy person. As much as I'd like to play host to Hanako and entertain her a bit, I do need to study as well. To be honest, I don't think the distraction from Yuko helped either. Sorry if I'm a bit distracted. I need to try and get this done, otherwise I'm going to flunk the history exam pretty hard. That's kind of rude, and I doubt you would flunk the history exam when Tao is teaching it, and if his star student flunks, it's pretty bad on Matao's part. I'm left running my hand through my hair in frustration. That letter needs doing as well once I get back to my dormitory room. I hope I have more luck with that than this. Damn. You said that out loud. What with? Oh, I was going to write to Iwanako. Right now, though, this is more important. All I've done is rattle myself. I can't focus on the work in front of me when my stomach is slowly turning at the prospect of actually attempting to write her back after all this time. I force myself to concentrate on the book, picking up my pen once I have a quick sip of coffee. After a few seconds, Hanako stops silently watching me and leans back in her seat, relaxing as much as she ever seems to be able to, looking out the window to pass the time. We stay like this for a long time before leaving for the dormitories together. I'm surprised she had the patience to wait me out. So just say, I've met someone, and it's not you. Goodbye. Yeah, that's it. You're done. Iwanako's letter lies on my desk beside a blank sheet of lined paper and an unused envelope. The tapping of my pen is the only thing to be heard this late at night. As I feared, my second task for the day turns out to be just as difficult as the first, if not harder. It's been so many months since we even saw each other. Even so, I can still remember what she looked like, what she sounded like, what she acted like. By now, though, the phone is ringing. Wait, was that just one ring? What's it doing? Nope, it's not one ring. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. By now, though, the little details are beginning to slip away. When I first saw her letter, I barely recognized her handwriting at all. Even the pink pen she always used was forgotten until her writing reminded me of it. I wonder why she didn't use it for the letter. She used to write everything with it. Maybe she thinks it's too immature now. Jeez, I'm so out of shape. I just have to run back and forth to find the phone. Out of breath. I'm so out of shape. I should be thinking about myself and what I want to communicate to her. My mind can't stop concentrating on her, though. On the past we shared before it was taken away so suddenly. The bright and slightly garish decorations suit her sense of aesthetics. Picking up the letter to take a closer look at it, I give a long sigh. This is the last link binding me to my past. Iwanako didn't suddenly cease to exist when she left my hospital room for the last time. But I needed this letter to remind me of that. I had all those feelings neatly filed away. I felt as if I didn't need them, that I could just begin life completely anew. It was easier that way. In the end, I suppose that it was a rather naive thing to think, Sooner or later, my past would have caught up with me one way or the other. But what am I supposed to say to her? Thank you for bringing me closure? All the letter did was end the sense of closure I'd previously felt. Try as I might, I can't write so much as a single word down on the paper in front of me. I can't even think of what exactly I want to say. Putting the letter down on top of the blank sheet, I gather the materials together and file them away in my drawer. The clunk the desk makes as it closes makes me momentarily tense in frustration before I get up to go grab a drink from the vending machine on the first floor. I tried, but I couldn't do it. After all the time that's passed, I still don't know how to deal with Awanako. And a new day. Stop ignoring Hanako, Hisao. Just talk to her. I'm gonna have to go, and I know as soon as this library popped up, I was like, dang it, now I'm gonna talk to Hanako again. But yeah, I only was able to do it for 20 minutes. Probably not even that. Jeez. I need to manage my time better. But yeah, so I might upload this today. Probably will upload this today. Along with, I don't know if anyone who watches my Katawa Shoujo watches my epic jump map stuff, but I just did that with Zoichi, and there's apparently a Christmas themed one, so we're gonna do that, upload that either today or tomorrow, and yeah, so save, continuing melody, yeah, I'd like to overwrite, thank you for saving, nope, didn't want to do that.